Welcome, my friend, to another Technical Tuesday, and today we're making mayonnaise from scratch. Delicious, creamy, oh so yummy. Let's do this thing. Okay, my friend, let's get started making this mayonnaise. So what I have right now, I've got my egg yolks, I've got my Dijon mustard. All this is on the website, so check out the link below. Now I need to add a little bit of salt, and we'll adjust the seasonings at the very end. I'm going to put in just a little bit of white pepper. The other thing I need to add is my lemon juice. So I've got, and by the way, when you do your lemon juice, make sure it is freshly squeezed. It just works a whole lot better. Oh, before I start whisking, because I'm going to end up using both hands, and this bowl is going to turn and all kinds of nonsense. Take a towel, kitchen towel, and make it damp, and wring it out, get it wet, wring it out. And you want to create a little kind of a rope, and then come around and form a donut like this. Then set your bowl in here, and it will actually cut down on the amount of movement your bowl has, and it makes it somewhat stable. So we're going to come in, and I'm going to get all this whisked together. Now that lemon juice is going to start working on that egg yolk, because lemon juice is an acid, and it's going to start curdling. So now I have my oil, and with mayonnaise you always use a neutral oil. When you make an aioli, it's typically basic aioli's got garlic and olive oil. But with mayonnaise, there's no garlic, and we use a neutral oil. What do I mean by that? Neutral means without flavor, okay? So I'm going to take this and drizzle very slowly. And this is going to take a few minutes. This is not the fastest way to do it. I'm not showing that today. I'm showing you the most basic way, the Escoffier way, but I always said if Escoffier had a blender, he would have used it. True story. I want to make sure that's fully incorporated. The fastest way, you can do it in a blender, but the fastest way is to use an immersion blender in some kind of tall cylinder, like a measuring cup. That is absolutely the fastest way. Oh, one time in a flea market, and I've got this somewhere, I need to dig it out. There's a brand called Wesson Oil. They were very popular for a long time. And they had a little glass cylinder with measurements on it. It looked like a butter churn is what it looked like, a miniature one, right? It was no bigger around than that right there. And it had measurements imprinted, embossed on the side for you to add all your ingredients. And the top was a butter churn type of a handle that went up and down. And it was not solid. It was like almost like what we call a spider on a small version. And you operate it like churning butter, but you would incorporate everything together manually that way. I need to dig that out and see if that actually works. I had it in my kitchen, then we started moving, and you know how that goes, right? So anyway, I'm going to emulsify this. This is called an emulsion. Between the lemon juice, the Dijon mustard, and the lecithin that's in the egg yolks. I'll say that 3 times real fast. Lecithin. Lecithin is an emulsifier. It's also found in soybeans and many other foods as well. If you look at your cooking spray, look on the ingredient list, you'll see lecithin. Why is that? Because as an emulsifier, it also helps it stick to the sides of the pan that you're actually coating. You see this is thickening up really nice? Beautiful. Now, you don't want to pour this oil too fast or you'll break the sauce. Mayonnaise is a sauce. And once you make this and taste it, oh my gosh, you'll never go back to store-bought again, even though I love Duke's. But this stuff is so incredible. There's actually a formula for how much oil an egg yolk can emulsify. Now, I don't know it off the top of my head. I'd have to look it up. But this is what's happening. It's an emulsion. Now, what is an emulsion? An emulsion is basically when two things that don't belong together stay together. A temporary emulsion is oil and vinegar dressing. You know, you have to shake that bottle. They come together, you pour it on your salad, then you set the bottle aside, and they separate. A permanent emulsion, mayonnaise is one, butter is one. Butter is an emulsion between milk, butter solids, butter fat, and water. So those actually, once they're emulsified, they will stay together until they're broken. And typically, the easy and fastest way to break an emulsion like that is through heat, like to make clarified butter. You put heat to it, and the water boils off. Look at that. See how creamy that is? Oh, this is gorgeous. We're almost down to the end of the oil. So anyway, you break a butter, it separates into the oil, the butter fat, the solids, and the water will boil off. And then you pour out the oil without incorporating the solids. Or what I like to do is to take a little further, and what the Indians call ghee. Ghee is nothing but a clarified butter that has broken so much that the milk solids fall to the bottom of the pan and begin to caramelize. And that adds a nuttiness to it. Oh, it's so delicious. My favorite cooking oil, actually. I don't like it overly powerful on the nuttiness. All right, look at this. Guys, we have just made mayonnaise. Look at that. Now, I'm going to get my handy dandy little spoon here, and we're going to adjust for seasoning. But we are home. Oh my gosh. And it's so stinking delicious. A little salt, a little white pepper. Why am I using white pepper? Because I don't want black specks in my mayonnaise. If you wanted to add a little cayenne, you could. You know, cayenne is the new pepper. Just ask Chef John over at Food Wishes. Hey, Chef, how you doing? And grab another spoon real quick. So rich and creamy. You notice it's not white. I need to find out why commercial mayonnaise is white. I don't know. A little more salt. One last taste. Guys, we are there. Congratulations. You just made mayonnaise. Try this. It's absolutely fantabulous. You may never go to store-bought again. And within minutes, you can have your own freshly made mayonnaise, and you'll be the hit of any party you want to have, or at the office. You'll be the miracle person. Go ahead and make this today. Give it a try. Let me know in the comments how it works out for you. And just remember this: a day in the kitchen beats a day of working any day. We'll see you next time on the Chef Lance Show. Welcome, my friend, to another technical to-do.